I don't usually make videos like this, but considering that I've been playing this game a lot, I thought I would decide to make this video. So here's some tips and tricks for Hypixel disasters. These tips are in no particular order, but I have tried to sort them based on what type of tip they are. So like, for example, if it mentions the werewolf, it's in a category. If it mentions dragons or something else, it's in its own category. So my first tip is try to stay low whenever there's dragons and no flood before the third round of disasters. The reason is just because the dragons will always charge you whenever possible, so if you go high, they end up destroying the flood safe spots. So whenever flood eventually happens, you're not going to have any safe spots to be able to go to. So if you stay low, you're not going to destroy your safe spots. My next tip, whenever the dragons go under the ground and destroy the ground, try to use their tunnels whenever possible to try and be safer from stuff like acid rain and lightning and meteors and stuff. Obviously, eventually it will get to a point where you might not be able to use certain parts of the tunnel because it might be exposed to air or the lightning might have gone through or stuff, but whenever possible you should try. Obviously if there's flood you're not going to be able to, and it's also not recommended to go in there if there's zombies, so if there are zombies I would recommend you try and go away from there. Next tip, whenever there's dragons, try to move around a lot. Obviously this might not work a lot of the time, but it does work a lot of the time as well, because if you stay still, you're gonna get hit by dragons a lot more. They always charge you, and so if you move around, they try and charge you, but because you're constantly moving, they have to readjust, and so you can juke them out. Now my next tip, on the monorail map, which is the map with the two like train things up high in the air, there is gold that spawns underground, and you can pick it up and go to vending machines that will spawn randomly around the map, and it can give you a potion, and the potion will give you a random effect such as like slowness or instant health or regeneration or jump boost. It's a cool idea and it actually works pretty well. I've used it before to get instant health whenever I've been low to be able to survive the round, so if you can, you should try to use it. Try not to band together in big groups when you're outside and lightning is one of the disasters, because the more people there are in a specific area, the more likely it is that lightning will try and go for that area, because the lightning likes to go for the players, especially if they're outside in open air. Whenever there's meteors and you're inside of a building, try to stay towards the middle, away from the walls, because the meteors will always hit the walls first before they hit the middle. This should be obvious, but considering the type of demographic that likes to play Hypixel, this might help. If you're alone and you don't feel like facing the werewolf alone, crouch, because if you're crouched, your name tag gets hidden, so it's harder for the werewolf to find you. Obviously, if the werewolf is close, it's going to be a lot harder to hide, but it does work a lot of the time. If there is werewolf and you want to kill it, try to find a group before actually attacking it. It's much easier to kill the werewolf by either getting it down to death HP or by just knocking it into the void if you have a group, because it also regenerates health, unlike players. I can't believe I have to say this because I've seen so many werewolves that just refuse to do this, but if you're the werewolf, remember to use the werewolf claw. It does more damage. I can't believe I have to say this. During Purge, if you're not confident, try to only go for people who are lower HP than you, because otherwise they might be able to get the upper hand on you if they have more HP. Another thing I can't believe I have to say, watch out for fall damage. I have seen so many people fall from the high heights and die because of the fall damage. It's happened to me as well. Just watch out from the heights you're falling. Make sure there is a safe spot that you can land in to stop the fall damage. I'm sorry if this video is very terribly paced. I'm not really used to doing this type of video because I've never done it before, but I hope this helps someone. So yeah, thanks for watching, I guess. Bye!